Well, run, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the wheels won't go? Hey everybody, Chris Eldridge here at Sonic Junction, and this week we're going to look at Doc Watson playing 9-pound hammer. And the version that I got this from is, there's a video on YouTube. It's a black and white video, and it's Doc and a fiddler and another guitar player and singer. And it's super cool to hear Doc Watson pick this tune. To hear Doc Watson play anything, he had such a cool sound on the guitar. Just the way he played any note. He had this incredible swing. He really did have. There was a real swing to the way he played, but there was also this incredibly on the front of the beat kind of forward motion thing to the way he played too. There was nothing laid back about Doc's flat picking, but in the best way possible. And so this was a really fun thing for me because I shouldn't admit this. I'll probably get my flat picker's card revoked, but I never studied Doc when I was young. I was like Tony Rice, as you guys I'm sure have guessed, was my man. And Clarence White to a lesser degree. And in recent years, Norman's kind of, I've like learned some Norman stuff and tried to get inside that, but I've never really studied any Doc stuff. So this week was actually really fun for me because I kind of got to get inside of this break that he played and try and figure out how to play these notes. And it's an interesting thing about studying someone else's thing. If you transcribe somebody else, it gives you a chance to get inside. Once you can play the notes that they play, you're only a small fraction of the way there in terms of being able to imitate them and really learn the deep lessons, which have more to do with how you would play something, how you would play those notes. There's a lot of cool stuff to be learned in that. And for me, it was fun. This is a pretty easy solo. It's not going to take very long today because it's content-wise, it's not very hard. But to try and capture that Doc Watson thing is really tricky. I can't even almost do it. But that doesn't mean we're not having a good time trying. And well, yeah, enough talking. Let me get to showing it to you. So it starts on, as most things do, there's a pickup. So it goes, I'll play the whole break, just kind of slow. 1, 2, 3. That's it. So you might notice a couple of things. There is the two halves of that break are similar in the sense that he does this thing where he's doing a backwards roll, like cross picking roll on a D chord. Does a little bit of that on a C. But also there's this did he do that thing again? Again, here we go. So you have that motif of And those are kind of the big component parts. So from the get-go, again, it starts on the and of 3. 1, 2, and it's so swung. It's swung to an almost, to me, it feels like a caricature-y kind of degree, but that's just how Doc did it, and it sounds so awesome. So 1, 2, 3. So after that strum, there's like or not the strum. After that, the pickup notes. Sorry, he does do like a little strum to hold some of this space before he plays this that lick. That lick comes in on beat 3. So between basically the top of between the downbeat and beat 3, he's sort of strumming. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. You see what I mean? Sorry, I can't speak every beat while we're doing it because I'm just not that coordinated. But I was saying 1 and 3, and so that's what it is. And those strums are not. It's a filler. It's strum, so you don't need to worry about getting that super right. 1, 2, 3. So the content of this lick, it's sorry. So it starts on a flat 7. Because 9-pound hammer is essentially a blues. This is like, these are bluesy notes, flat 7s and things. So and then after that he goes, which we've seen before. I think we've seen Norman doing that. Where he's, at this point we're over a C chord. The chords change, we're over a C, so he's playing like a flat 7, a 6, and a 5. Kind of really getting that C7 sound happening, that bluesy C7. So, and then after that, right after that, he walks up chromatically into this D position. And that D, as a refresher, it's just like this D we all know, except we're taking this high note, the 3rd in the chord, and we're dropping it down an octave. Yeah, that's the same note. These two are staying the same, so this becomes this. And I'm just doing like a backwards roll. And then a big old G run. And that G run, by the way, that's like the super generic G run. So it's got the chromatic notes. And an interesting thing about Doc, I don't think that Doc really played a lot of like hammer-ons and pull-offs. I could be completely wrong about that. But in my kind of, my concept of Doc and just trying to figure this out, I think part of the way he gets the sound he gets is that he picks everything. And he definitely picks that G run. It's sort of the part of the way that you get that really insistent forward driving thing. Okay, so that whole thing, I know I kind of jumped from one thing to the next, but if we stitch those component parts together, we get 1, 2, 3. pretty cool, right? Now, the second half starts on kind of using a similar motif. That thing, starting on the flat 7. But the second time, well, first of all, the second half of the solo starts on the downbeat. That's the downbeat. Okay, and then it goes. So we're doing some things where we're having fretted notes against open notes. Right there between the second and first strings, got fretted and open notes, and then this is where we get kind of the tangy notes. We've got the third fret of the third string, and then the open B string. So. So after, then we have a little F note here, and then we get into this exact same shape that we just looked at right here, just down a whole step. Or the other way you can look at this is it's just these two notes in a C chord, which I should have also pointed that out when we were looking at this a second ago. It's sort of like these notes from a C chord just moved up. Okay, so anyway. Again, we have the backwards roll, have that kind of fun, flat-picky, bluesy lick. And then again, the same chromatic walk up. Same chord with the backwards roll. And now we have this great super Doc Watson-y ending lick. So what is that? It's it's the third fret of your second string, the D note, and the open second string, open first string, then third fret of the second again. So after we get back to this note, the next note is this third fret of the third string, then open. So let's zoom in a little bit on one spot, just so that you can get this. Let's just look at that much and actually put those notes in their own little musical context. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. Right now I'm kind of trying to I'm taking it out of this solo for a second and just showing you how this little lick works. You can use it in a lot of different ways. 1. Sorry. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. See, I'm just playing a few little variations where I'm starting that sequence of notes in different places on different beats, and you can see that's it's a very useful little collection of notes. You'll find that in flat picking all over the place. That's how you'd play it over a C chord. Okay, so where were we? Yes, the second half of the solo. Let me just start at the beginning. Beginning of the second half. 3, 4. Right? Okay, so we... So that's that first half. We just were looking at that. And then he lands on a G. Again, that's a little like 3-note pattern that repeats. So 1, 2, 3. That's where that falls in the measure. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 1, and 2, and 3. Okay, that's the whole thing. So if I play it all slowly, 1, 2, 3. Notice even doing it at that slow speed, I'm really trying to accentuate that swing, because when you speed it up, 1, 2. I'm not saying I can sound like Doc, but it gets you closer. It gets you closer than when you play it really straight. So that's that lesson. Doc's the man. You should check out that video. It's really good. And yeah, have fun with it. Let me see what you got. Okay, see ya. Till next time.